Hello and welcome to Xinhua Live. This is Yu Chao, and now we are at Beijing Garden Expo Park. Since October the 1st, the 5th Chinese Opera Culture Week is being held here. The Opera Carnival has presented different forms of Chinese operas, including the Peking Opera, Kunqu Opera, and Pingju Opera. And also an activity dubbed I Love Chinese Operas is being held here. International students from different universities in Beijing are taking part in this event. Let's join them to experience the charm of Chinese opera.
China has more than 300 types of opera, and international students enjoyed a section from the Kunqu Opera, the Peony Pavilion. Kunqu is one of the oldest forms of Chinese opera with a history of more than 600 years, and it is listed by the UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. Peony Pavilion tells the story of the romance between a daughter of a wealthy official and a talented but poor young scholar.
咱们现在看的这一折就是他到花园里头去寻梦的一折，这个剧名也叫寻梦。
So the scene of this full play that we saw on the stage also means searching for the dream.
So we will present a short introduction and performance. 那么今天呢，我们演出了两出，一个是京剧的麦子，还有京剧的三唱。Two short.
Besides Kunqu Opera, organizers also present Peking Opera. At the crossroads is a famous repertoire of combat dramas. Although not accompanied with any singing dialogues and recitation, the combat performance in the drama expressed the content quite well, and it revealed the amazing techniques of wuchou role. And wuchou is one of the roles in Chinese drama stage, and it requires not only a good command of martial arts or acrobatics, but also the ability to deliver the lines both clearly and fluently. The movement should be light but powerful.
好 ，OK 了，好了 ，OK， 好，我们就教一个大家商量一下就行了，就可以了啊。两位老师在中间，好，OK， this is now you will take a look at them and you will learn their movement. Just look at them. 2 feet. Use your feet to kick. And your hands to take. Again.
好啊。
1、2、3。
Now we can see students are trying to imitate the Peking Opera actors' movements, as the Peking Opera has established a very strict choreography for the movements of hands, eyes, torso, and feet.
然后脸要同时的大，哼，脸要同时的出来。
Listen to
1、2、3。
好，我们第二组。
看不见。
Now you are in the darkness. You can't see anything.
走。
1, 2.
And now we can see at the scene the two Peking Opera characters are getting into a fight in a pitch dark room. What makes the scene very interesting is that the fighting scenes should be in the dark, but the actors need to perform on a brightly lit stage.
第
One left hand first. One. Follow your hand. Yeah. 第二手。先是左手啊，对。Left hand first. 对。1、2、3、好，大，谢谢主持人，让老师带着我们两组的这个学生，好不好？一起。
And now let's take a look at a short clip of the 5th Chinese Opera Culture Week, and after that we will continue our report on this event.
The Wild Boar Forest, the Peony Pavilion, at the Crossroad Inn, the marriage of the fairy princess. Sun Ting, a young opera fan, wonders which traditional opera he'd like to watch next. Yuan Yuan is a modern young woman who likes to do things her own way. Until Du Linyang, a character from the Kung Chu opera Peony Pavilion, comes along. Tong Ding Ding loves to jump up and down on the sofa, but he never imagined he'd get the chance to see some real-life acrobatics for himself. Wang Jiahui is usually an introverted woman, but she comes alive when she plays a female Prince Charming in Peony Pavilion. The 75-year-old Lin Yamei has visited here time and time again, as the male character of Tyrant bids his lady farewell always brings up treasured memories for her. The metropolis of Beijing, which combines tradition and modernity, will host traditional performances at the Chinese Opera Culture Week. Opera fans will be able to enjoy typical opera forms and watch performers' evolution and innovation on the stage. Welcome to the 5th Chinese Opera Culture Week.
And welcome back to our report, and now we are at Beijing Garden Expo Park, and the 5th Chinese Opera Culture Week is being held here. Let's continue our journey with international students from Beijing International Studies University.
穿这身服装呢，一定是身份高贵的，我们可以说是叫皇亲国戚，才能穿上这个服装，带着龙纹的服装，这叫蟒。
So he stands for the
什么？生，老生。
对，he stands for the Dan, and what we can see that he wears a red gauze and has the dragon pattern on his costume. So that means he plays a role, and that person is a noble person. And usually, a dragon pattern can only be used in the imperial court. So actually, the role that he plays is imperial relative that we call.
因为这个龙呢是代表我们的一个权力的象征，所以大家只要看到我们的服装上面有龙纹的图案，那就是一个权力的一个，所以他的身份是相当高贵的。
Because the dragon means power, so if we see the dragon pattern on a costume, that means this role is on a high standard. Yes, and is a noble person.
好，说到这一件，我们可以理解为是正装。
This one is an official costume.
好，那么这一件呢，同样也是正装，但是它的身份就不一样了。你看，它这上面是绣的一个仙鹤。
And that one is also an official costume, but it's different from this one because it has two different kinds of the pattern. Because this one is a dragon, but that one is a crane.
对，他是一个官员，但他的官级没那么高啊，大概是这样。
That means he also a government official, but is not that higher ranking.
好，绣仙鹤呢代表是文官，就是禽类、鸟类的仙鹤，它就代表它是文官。
The birds mean that the person is a scholar, is in comparison to the marshal.
好，那么还有会绣到兽，像麒麟兽啊等等，那就是代表是武将。
So we also have the beast pattern. So if you see the beast on the costume, that means it's a martial role.
好，来，你两位来啊，这边两个正装介绍完了，我们就说这一件服装是女性穿的休闲装，
So this one.
生活当中可以穿的。
So compared to these two official costumes, this one is more casual. That means you can wear that in your daily life.
好，谢谢三位。
Thank you for
好，我
our
们说到了
three
京剧
performers.
刚才是乾隆皇帝过生日，产生了一个融合的状态。那么接下来就到了我们同治和光绪年间，我们的京剧逐步就慢慢的形成了，就是这边。
So after we talk about the origin of the Peking opera in the Qing dynasty under the Emperor Qianlong, we will talk about more about Tongzhi and Guangxu.
这边呢，这边是我们很有名的一部叫《同光十三绝》。
Here we can see painting hanging up has the half transparent effect. It's called the 同光十三绝. I will give more explanations of the 同光十三绝. The first two Chinese characters, 同光, that means the names of two emperors in the Qing dynasty, 同治 and 光绪. That means 同 and 光. We take two initials from the names of these two emperors.
那么大家
Sorry, interrupt you a little bit. That 十三绝, these three Chinese characters means there are 13 distinctive figures from the Peking opera in the Qing dynasty.
大家发现13位名角当中呢，没有花脸行当，是吧？那就说明我们京剧的早期，这只是一个初步形成的一个阶段。好，那么这13位里面呢，值得大家记住的是这一位。
So we can see that among these three figures, we can see the 大花脸. That way we see that the pattern face. We can see that role because this painting is from the early stage of the Peking opera, from the infant stage of the Peking opera. So by that time, we don't have this Jing role in the Peking opera. We only have Sheng Dan Chou.
对 ，yes。好，那么这一位呢叫梅巧玲。
And that man
梅巧玲
是男的对吧？
男的。
So that man we will see is 梅巧玲。
那么顺便说一句，这13位都是男性。
So all these three people are male.
对，因为可能好像挺多不谋而合的。我觉得好多国际上面的一些戏剧形式的开始，好像都是男性来扮演的。
I think there are some coincidences in the world that in the history of the Western opera, there are also few male performers on stage. For instance, like the ballet or the Western opera, we are rarely to see the male performers on the stage.
我想问一下大家认识梅兰芳大师吗？
I want to ask LVU that have you ever heard of 梅兰芳？
有吧？对，所以我觉得这幅图的这位值得大家记住，这是梅兰芳先生的祖父梅巧玲先生。
So that man is the grandfather of 梅兰芳，梅巧玲。
对，所以呢，就是看到这幅画的时候呢，我们就知道我们京剧是一个传承的一个结果，它不是一代人的一个智慧，它是好几代人逐步衍生出来的今天的国粹。除了梅巧玲先生以外，还有这位。
So the photo just tells us
这是我们非
that.
常有名的谭鑫培大师。
So that man we see is Tan Xinpei, is another master in the history of Peking opera.
对，那么现在呢，他的第7代传人还在从事我们的京剧艺术。
So nowadays, the seventh generation of Master Tan Xinpei, he has also in the Peking opera industry. He has also performing in this industry.
好，那我们今天的简单的京剧的介绍呢，就到这里。希望大家网上还有看演出，是吧？
So that's the end of our brief introduction of the Peking opera, and we have other performance on the mountain. So we were just going up to that pavilion, and we have another performance for you. Thank you.
Hi Monica, thank you for taking part in this activity. Can you talk about your impression about Chinese opera and also what's your impression about today's event?
Well, first of all, I'm so honored to attend this. I want to thank everyone who allowed us, who gave us this opportunity to attend it, because it's really great. What I've experienced today, I've learned about the history of opera. I didn't know that it has been here this is the fifth here in China, right? In Beijing. So I've learned about the culture. I've learned about the history when it started, and then I've learned about how they participate, how they dance, and the best part of it is when they were doing this to my face. So I enjoyed it, I loved it, and I really feel great. Yeah.
Thank you. And there are also some of your friends participating in this event. So could you introduce to our audience?
Okay, well, she's called Shady.
My name is Shady. Okay, for me, I know that China have a long history, and through the Peking opera, through the song and through the art, they try to tell us about their beautiful history, politics, society, and the daily life. And I think I really love it because they keep their culture, and I love China for their culture and everything. Thank you.
Do you want to share your experience today?
Well, yeah, this is my second time to come to opera place. Yeah, this time we went with my language teachers, and this is the second time, and I really love it. It's just like I'm really grateful, and I love it. I'm so happy about this opera thing because we've learned many things about Chinese culture and how they do the thing and the voice. When we were in the other place, and it was good. Yeah, I'm Anne. Yeah, I'm from South Sudan. No, I'm from Uganda. I'm from Uganda. She's from South Sudan. But you're sharing the border. Yeah. We are neighbors.
Oh, me too. Sorry, what's the question?
What's your impression about this event?
About the fifth Chinese Beijing opera. I heard Beijing opera was once formulated in mid-Qing dynasty, and it gained full recognition in the mid-19th century. And I see the miming and acrobatic fighting. It really gives us the taste of Chinese culture by when they display their dancing and their fighting. They also show us some expression like when they're happy, when they're sad, and they show their appreciation towards their own culture. So as a foreigner, I get the impression that Chinese have a really long history, and I really want to learn more about their culture, and I appreciate the Chinese culture. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the Chinese Opera Culture Week has been held for the 5th consecutive years. And as we have seen today, Chinese opera is for everyone, and art has no boundaries. Just like they have said, the organizers has always said people of different cultural backgrounds are always welcomed to take part in this kind of event to have a glimpse of Chinese art and have a better understanding of China and its culture. Thank you for watching, and if you are interested in our channel, please subscribe our channel in YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. See you next time.